I'd like to sing this song that was written by, make no mistake about it, written by Pablo Diaz, Richard Bean, and Abel Zarate back in 1969 when they first started the group Malo back then. And it was a privilege and honor to be able to sing that song. But when Arcilio brought me into the band, he said, "You can be in the band under one condition, that you sing this song." I said, "All right, let's try it." So I've been singing it ever since. It's a beautiful song and it's dedicated to all of you, entitled Suavecito.
Thank you. Leo Rosales on lead vocals. Give it up.
Hello, my name is Leo Rosales, and I am a co-founder of the group Momotombo SF. And if you're not familiar with Momotombo, Momotombo is a beautiful volcano in Nicaragua. And I am co-founder of this band, and today we had the wonderful opportunity to play at Rock the Dock in Redwood City, California. And we had a great turnout. We had a great group of people come out and hear our music. And hopefully we will be back here again next year. We do the Day of the Dead and Dia de los Muertos.
All right, we got a song here written by Gabe Manzo entitled Ritmo Tropical, started by the great Mr. Tony Stead.
That was Ritmo Tropical, written by our guitar player, Mr. Gabriel Manso.
And my family is from Managua, Nicaragua. I consider myself a Nicaragüense. Nevertheless, I was born in San Francisco in 1954. And my father was a broadcaster in Nicaragua, and he came to San Francisco and he became a broadcaster here. And I had an uncle by the name of Edgar Rosales, who was a musician, played with Cal Jader back in the late 50s. And that's what spurred my interest in music. And from that point, I was able to feel inspired by my family members to take up what inspired me, which was music. So I started playing the drums, and from the drums I moved on to the timbales and the congas and the bongo and all the instruments that I was interested in learning. And then through that, I became acquainted with bands of the Bay Area like Santana, like Malo, like Azteca, and Tierra and War, and all these bands which influenced my desire for music and influenced me in the direction that I was going to go to play music. So that's why Momotombo is a band that is with musicians from bands that I played with in the past, like Malo, like Santana. These guys are veterans of the Latin rock scene, so it's an honor and a privilege to have them in this band, because we all come from the same school of Latin rock music, which we pay tribute to Carlos Santana. Because of him, we were able to step into a different genre of music. Instead of playing rock and roll like Led Zeppelin or the Beatles or the Rolling Stones, Carlos brought to us Afro-Cuban rhythms, Afro-Cuban beats, the Latin jazz, the horns, the congas, the timbal, and it created a whole nother generation of musicians. So I'm very proud to have been part and to be part of that.
Let me take a moment here to introduce the band before we play our last song. On vocals, the one and only, played with Pablo Diaz or Sonny Garcia with the group Zorro for many years. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. John Maroon. On trombone, Mr. Jamie Duverly. On trombone, Mr. Ross Wilson. On trumpet, Mr. Tom Bertetta. And on trumpet, Mr. Bill Ortiz. On bass, Mr. Ramiro Amador. Ramiro. On drums, Mr. David Jorge, commonly known as David George. Mr. Adrian Arias on congas. On keyboard, Mr. Tony Stead. And my brother for over 50 years, the great, the wonderful, love him so much, Mr. Gabriel Manzo.
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-founder of the Momotombo SF, all the way from Nicaragua, but grew up in San Francisco.
¡Viva Nicaragua, jodido!
Original member of Malo, Mr. Leo Rosales,
Yeah.
of timbales. Petra.
Nicaragua, la tierra de volcanos.
Hey. Right now we got a song dedicated to the city of San Francisco. San Pancho, La Misión, the city.
Vámonos para el parque,
Pagano ando bo,
tocar para un bongo.
óyeme en este parque,
Hoy en este parque,
aquí que gozo yo,
aquí que gozo yo.
con los timbaleros y con los congueros, los bandoneros, los salsa que traigo yo, los salsa que traigo yo.
Repito. Toca, Adrián.
Yo me voy para San Francisco. Yo me voy para San Francisco. Yo me voy para San Francisco.
¡Ay, perrito, perrito!
Yo me voy para San Francisco, en el Parque de Dolores. Qué rico están las flores, qué rico están las flores, qué ricas son. Yo me voy para San Francisco. Yo me voy para San Francisco. Yo me voy para San Francisco. Yo me voy para San Francisco.
I would like to express to the youth, boys, girls, teens, adults, that to pursue their dreams and to not let anyone dissuade them or persuade them to do something other than what their dreams are. Because we need to share this Latin rock music and pass the torch to a younger generation, so they can in turn reinvent to a degree what we are doing. Just like when Carlos came out and then all of a sudden Malo started and we started playing with the horn section. So that music inspired us to be creative and to try different things. So I encourage the young people to follow their heart, pursue dreams, which in turn will help them in their education, will help them in their pursuit in life, and to fulfill their dreams. And I wish all of our young people peace and happiness, which we can bring through music, through lyrics that tell stories, through hardships, through victories, through defeats, that we sing in songs so that it reaches into the deep part of people's hearts. So with that being said, I wish all my hermanos and my hermanas, mis amigos, mis tíos, mis tías, todos, mucho amor y cariño y bendiciones de Dios. God bless you guys. Thank you.